This week's AEW Dynamite seemed like another pack episode, including two massive dream matches on the card, while Samoa Joe battled out against NJPW legend Minoru Suzuki for the ROH TV title. CM Punk scared off against Penta Escaro. Apart from that, Marina Shafir will be in action against Sky Blue, plus the Jericho Appreciation Society would be competing against Kingston Proud and Powerful. But let's start off with CM Punk v Penta. The crowd cheered for Punk and Penta as they stared down before the match started. Both performers began trading some brutal chops, hitting elbow shots as each other. The second City Satan instantly went for the GTS, but Penta countered it into an ankle lock. Moments later, Punk then hit a suicida to the outside, taking Penta down in the ring. The former tag team champion was down on his knees, urging Punk to bring the fight to him. Punk then hit an overhead suplex for a close count. Back from the break, both performers were in the top rope, where Penta managed to hurt CM Punk's knee. The best in the world and Penta went to the top rope again, from where the second City Saint dropped the latter with a picture-perfect Hurricane Rana. The former champ then went for the GTS, but his opponent managed to counter it. Punk and the former tag team champion traded punches on the apron when Punk then hit a springboard lariat, which he signalled for the GTS again. Penta countered another GTS attempt with an enziguri. Both performers traded some quick pinfall attempts. Just as Penta went for a high flying manoeuvre, Punk caught him in mid-air and delivered GTS for the victory. This was a really, really great match. Gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Been wanting to see this match for ages, and it definitely doesn't disappoint. The result was never in doubt, but it's still just really, really fun. In a pre-tape segment, the Jericho Appreciation Society got their private jet where Kingston and Santana Ortiz confronted them when they were passing by in their car. Before we got Redragon vs Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy and Bobby Fish started things during this match. Moments later, Luchasaurus was tagged in, who took down both Fish and Kyle O'Reilly all by himself. However, Redragon quickly recovered and laid down the big man with a dragon corkscrew. Luchasaurus then soon tagged in Jungle Boy, who quickly attacked O'Reilly and Fish with the top rope suicidas. Taking advantage of a distracted breath, Fish unleashed a sneak attack on Jungle Boy from behind, allowing Redragon to capitalise on the distraction. Back from the break, Luchasaurus is finally tagged in and single-handedly took down Redragon with a series of fiery manoeuvres. He also hit a double choke slam for a close count. Jungle Boy then hit super kick on Kyle O'Reilly on the ring apron and followed it with a stunning elbow drop on Bobby Fish for a near fall. Just as Jurassic Express went for the Doomsday device on O'Reilly, Fish came out of nowhere and broke it up. After a few more back and forth reversals, Jungle Boy took out O'Reilly with a DDT, allowing Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus to hit the Jurassic Express to retain their titles. Post-match, Kyle O'Reilly attacked Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus with a chair. Moments later, FTR came out to seemingly reveal themselves as next challengers for the title. And it's been coming, FTR and I can't wait for that. But just on this match itself, really, really great match. Really competitive, great match. Great payoff for the feud, it seems like, and gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Great stuff. Backstage, Tony Schiavone revealed Tony Storm and Jamie Hayter would meet in the first round of the Owen Hart tournament. Following this, both performers fired shots at each other, but we got MJF vs Saul Dean. The Soul Stealer struggled to open his jacket, but it turned out to be just to distract his opponent. As the match commenced, footage of many security guards laid down was displayed on Times Judge. Just as MJF posed at ringside, he was met with Wardlow, who was under the guard with the security guard. Mr. Mayhem single-handedly battled out with many guards while MJF stared down the entrance ramp. The referee counted 10 inside the ring, granting Sean Dean his second win against MJF. Post-match, Wardlow was backstage tackling security guards, after which he looked into the camera saying he wanted out of his contract with the Pinnacle. To be honest, it's kind of a bit predictable. I kind of want a bit more from this, I can't lie, so it gets a 6 out of 10. But anyway, in a video package, Darby Allin challenged Andrade to a coffin match, a gimmick type right out for the former TNT champions Ali, of course. Before you got the Jericho Appreciation Society versus Kingston and Proud and Powerful. Jericho and Santana started things off with the latter hammering punch at the veteran performer before both stars traded quick shots. Meanwhile, Hager and Garcia came to play for Kingston and Ortiz inside the ring. The influencer eventually managed to tag in Hager, giving himself a much needed break. The former MMA star then further weakened Ortiz, and moments later he tagged in Daniel Garcia. Back from the break, Jericho was in the driver's seat as he took down Ortiz with a dropkick. Later, Ortiz executed a lariat on Jericho, allowing him to tag in Kingston, who single-handedly attacked Garcia and Hager. Next, Santana tagged in and delivered the three amigos on Daniel Garcia, followed by a splash for a close count. The man came next took down Hager with a top rope suicide. Though 2.0 tried to interfere, Ortiz swiftly took them down before they could do anything. However, just when Kingston was inching closer to victory, Jericho hit him on the ribs from behind, allowing Garcia to get a pinfall victory. Post-match, the stable continued to brutalise Kingston, Santana and Ortiz. And for a first match, this was good. Put over Jericho Appreciation Society. And I still think this feud has a bit to run, but for a first little match or so, this was really good. 7 out of 10. MJF then revealed that he has the authority to book Wardlow matches and his upcoming opponent would be the Butcher, which is an interesting matchup, but surely you should go for like Kenny Omega or something like that. I know Kenny Omega's injured, but someone like that. Before we got Sky Blue versus Marina Shafir. Moments after the match started, Marina Shafir began hammering Blue with brutal punches. Though Sky Blue tried to fight back, it wasn't enough as Shafir executed an overhead throw on her opponent. The next former MMA star caught Blue in the triangle lock for an easy win. And yeah, this was fine. Just basically putting Marina Shafir over TV audience, and it did exactly that. 6 out of 10. Backstage, Hook was confronted by Tony Nese, and Hook and Nese will battle it out next week on Dynamite. Excited to see Hook on Dynamite. Before we got backstage, Lambert learned that Sammy Guevara take on his most obnoxious couple in America. The TNT champion Scorpio Square then revealed he put his title on the line against the Spanish god at the Battle of the Belts, and please God tell you this is over. Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs then took on Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. Powerhouse Hobbs overpowered Strickland in the opening few minutes of the match. However, the former star then slowly recovered when Ricky Starks got tagged in. The action spilled to the outside where Strickland hit a running moonsault on Starks and Hobbs at ringside as the show went to a commercial break. Back from the break, Strickland tagged in Lee with the former NXT champ instantly making an impact, attacking Team Taz. Moments later, the FTW champion hit a spear on Strickland, followed by a flipping DDT for a near fall. Soon Keith Lee and Hobbs came face to face, but the referee separated them, and Taz came down to have a look. Just as Keith Lee was going for the Big Bang catastrophe, Taz caught his leg, allowing Powerhouse Hobbs to hit the spine buster for the shock win. Did not see this coming at all, but it definitely creates an interesting dynamic, and I don't think this is far from over at all. But yeah, I'm still intrigued to see where this goes, especially with the surprise element. It's probably too good for a 6, but not quite good as a 7, so I don't do this very often, but I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. Backstage, Nyla Rose and Vicky Guerrero confronted Thunder Rosa, with Rose and Rosa quickly coming to blows before we got Samoa Joe versus Minoru Suzuki for the ROH TV Championship. Joe and Suzuki wasted no time and got right into the thick of things as both delivered thunderous shots on each other. Both their chests were bruised and reddened, but they continued to brutalise each other. Next, Joe and Suzuki began hitting forearm shots at each other, with neither going down onto their knees. Finally, the former NXT champion used his size advantage to take down Suzuki, but Suzuki quickly recovered and continued to trade shots with Joe at ringside. Suzuki then locked in the Fujiwara armbar on Joe back in the ring, though the latter seemed breaking up by reaching the ropes. Next, Samoa's submission machine locked Suzuki in a submission manoeuvre routine, but the latter refused to go down. New Japan legend and Joe again traded shots, after which Suzuki attempted to lock Joe in a sleeper hold. Suzuki next dropped Joe with a drop kick, after which he caught the opponent in this position and hit the power driver. However, Joe quickly broke it up and hit a muscle buster to become the new champ. Post-match, Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt revealed their presence to Samoa Joe, who turned out to be Indian Origin wrestler Santam Singh. Singh quickly attacked the ROH TV champion from behind, and Singh, Dutt and Lethal brutalised Joe as Dynamite went off the air. This was kind of a bit of a dud, to be honest. The match was brilliant, don't get me wrong, but yeah, this whole interference thing. But yeah, just grading on the match itself, solely I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. It was just brilliant. 2 big men just beating the shit out of each other, dream match, and yeah, it definitely delivered for me. But yeah, just the ending, we've seen it before with Butcher and the Blade debut, etc, etc, it didn't really hit, which is a bit of a shame, but hopefully it will be fixed in the future. But we'll see. But yeah, it's an interesting proposition, but I just don't feel like it really hit this time. Overall, Dynamite this week gets 7 out of 10 from me. An enjoyable episode of Dynamite. Lots of great matches throughout the cards, really. Just really, really good stuff. And most of all, I agree with the booking decisions. It's just that main event bit was a bit questionable, but I'll just give it time to see where it goes. But on the whole, a really brilliant episode of Dynamite, and a top-notch wrestling show, to be honest. But anyway, guys, that's the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, remember to comments down below, follow on to the description for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to the channel screen, and I'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.